Paris game 200 this weekend. Would you ever have imagined you'd get to this point in your career?
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. It's nice to get there. It's been a long journey, but it's also been very quick. I've been very fortunate, touch wood, that haven't had too many injuries, and just very grateful, I guess, to be running out in game 200. So very exciting, good reward for I guess my friends and family that have supported me, and obviously the club as well that along the way. But very exciting.
When you say you're excited about the weekend, is it a kind of a feeling of, oh wow, this is a massive milestone, or do you not read into it too much and you focus on it afterwards? What's the feeling?
I think you have to enjoy those moments because they don't come along all too often. I'll certainly do a bit of reflection probably after the game, and when I sit down with my family and talk about it. But we're in the middle of the season, so it's very hard to do that properly. I just hope we go out and play some good footy the way we have the last couple of weeks.
How many friends and family members are flying down for it?
No, not too many, to be honest. I've got a couple of mates in Adelaide, and mum, dad, my partner Emily, and my younger brother are heading down. So get a couple there, which would be nice, and just enjoy it.
What's been your fondest memory out of your 200 games?
Fondest memory? Oh, geez, put me on the spot. I think it's not one exact moment. I think the transformation of the footy club. Like when I first arrived, I was probably in a little bit of a honeymoon phase. I was playing a lot of games early on, and we were getting thrashed week in, week out. And I guess to be a part of the growth and the change has been awesome. And that's something I think, long term and potentially after my career, something that I reflect upon that I'm really proud to be a part of. I feel like as a club we've built up our own personality, built up the respect from the rest of the competition. I think, probably when I got here there wasn't really that great, and a lot of clubs sort of probably didn't view us the way we're viewed now, which, that's been on field but also off field, the way that we are in the community. Viewed up here in Brisbane, the growth of footy's been massive in here in Brisbane, so very proud to be a part of that.
How quickly did you realise that you were going to be sort of an integral part of that turnaround? I think it was your third or fourth year. Hugh and Bez came along, and you're welcoming them into your house, which seems like an integral part of the turnaround. Like, how early in your career did you realise you were going to be a big part of it?
We obviously had quite a young list at that stage when I first got here, and then Fags came along, and as you mentioned, we got a couple of those young boys in, and it's something that I really wanted to play a part in, keep developing those younger guys, because I knew long term that we'd be a better team for it. And it helps that you have those guys hang around for a long period of time, and they're great human beings as well. So I guess I feel if I could have played a part in those guys' development and maturity as players and people, that's something that I can hang my hat on.
Do you feel like a bit of I don't know if you're a trailblazer for the academies, but you're the first guy to get to 200 from the academies. You're sort of a bit of I'll call you a poster boy for the program here. How does that sit with you?
Thank you very much, I guess. It's very proud. Obviously, it's such a great program, and I was probably a little bit different to a lot of academy guys coming through. I wasn't sort of there from the age of 12. I jumped in pretty late when I was 17, and I really flourished, I feel, in that space. It was something that hadn't experienced, hadn't necessarily had high-level coaching, the opportunity to review games on tape and that sort of thing. And as a bit of a footy head, I absolutely chewed that up as a 17-year-old. So I felt like that was an environment that I really wanted to just keep getting better, and that was a real focus of mine. And to see so many great products come out of not only the Brisbane Academy, but all the other three academies that obviously Sydney and GWS and Gold Coast have. It's something that's critical in such, being a part of states that where football isn't necessarily the number one sport. So it's been awesome to see that, and to see so many great products come out of the Lions Academies. Been fantastic.
How much do you remember your first game? What do you remember from your very first game?
Not too much. I remember I was playing as a forward and filling in the ruck when Steph Martin was on the bench, and running around and having pretty much no idea what I was doing. I was very raw. I was probably overawed by the opportunity. I had a lot of friends and family there that night at the Gabba, and I was fortunate enough to kick my first goal, which was pretty cool and pretty exciting. And it feels like a long time ago now.
Is there anything changed looking back on your career at all?
No, I don't think so. No, I've always come with. I feel like I've come with a really positive attitude towards my footy, wanting to make those around me better, make the environment better, and from a personal standpoint, like I've always wanted to just keep improving my own game. Early on it was all about improving my own personal game, and then once I was able to consolidate my spot in the team, sort of probably turned a little bit more towards how we can make this club a better place and how we can get better as a footy team so that we can keep striving to achieve a premiership. And we haven't achieved that yet, and clearly that's something that I want to keep driving now, and I won't stop until we do.
As a child, you would have loved to have been an AFL player. I'm assuming that was your ultimate dream. But for the 10-year-olds inside you, is this more than what you could have dreamt of?
I'd actually, to be honest with you, I hadn't had any grand ambitions as a child to play AFL football. It was probably until I was about, I reckon, 16. At that stage, I was like, I really would love to play AFL. I was at the MCG. I was an Essendon fan growing up and went to the Anzac Day game, and I remember sitting there in the stands thinking, geez, that would be pretty awesome to be out there. So, it was probably at that stage where I really started to turn my head and think, okay, like if I want to make this happen, then I've got to do something about it. And clearly, I was loving playing football at Astley Hornets, and the opportunity arose where I was able to go to the academy and be a part of that. And as I said, I felt like I really enjoyed that environment. So, I guess if you'd said to me at 16, you'd get to game 200 in the AFL, I probably would have laughed at you. And I guess I'm just really grateful for the opportunity that the club's afforded me, and to all the people there that have supported me along the way. I'm also very appreciative.
You got Port Adelaide this weekend. What's the difference in facing a team coming off a loss, or is there a difference? What do you expect from them this weekend on their home deck?
Oh, I would definitely expect a response. Both them and the Giants kicked pretty inaccurately on the weekend, which, inaccuracy can change the game a little bit. So, they're a very great football club, a very proud football club, and I've got no doubt that they'll respond. So, we have to be at our best, absolutely, and we want to tidy up a few things ourselves in our own game. Clearly, we're able to kick 120 points on the weekend against a great defence in St Kilda, but to let in 100 points is something that we don't want to do. We feel like team defence has been a real strength of ours this year, and for us to be at our best, we need to refocus on that and make sure we tidy that up. So we'll be coming with that attitude.
I know there's like a lot that's happened since last time you played them there, but I guess that would be sort of still in your mind, I'd imagine.
Well and truly.
Last time you played there.
Yeah, absolutely. The way they were able to dominate us in that second half and really get a run on us was a pretty poor way to kick off last year. So, we'll do some reflection on that. We played them obviously not too long ago. Played them in that qualifying final up here at the Gabba, and as I said, they're a fantastic club, and we're really excited by the opportunity to head to Adelaide and test ourselves against one of the top 8 teams.
No Zach Butters. How much does that change things from your side?
Obviously he's a fantastic player. He's had an unbelievable season as a midfielder. So, I guess the coaches and stuff will have to talk about how that changes the midfield mix. I'm not really too sure at this stage, but hopefully we can go out there regardless if he's playing or not, and get the job done.
Can I just ask you one on Darcy Wilmot? I'm going to write something on him later this week. What's he brought to your back line? He seems like he's got all this energy, but he's obviously been such a consistent player since he's walked into the team. Yeah,
energy is probably the perfect word for it, to be honest with you, Fish. He's brought so much for us. As you said, I don't know if he's missed a game since he started in that final a few years ago, but his ability to be offensively driven and get the ball moving is fantastic, but his ability also defensively at the back of the stoppage, he does a great effort of getting a hand in a lot, turns a lot of balls over at that space where then we're able to go the other way and score. So, he's great fun. He can be a bit of a pest at times. Sometimes he does things and you're wondering why he does that. But, we absolutely love playing with him, and we think he's got a really, really bright future here at the club.
What's the vibe like in the club at the moment, being able to string back-to-back wins together? Do you feel like the club's turned the corner?
I think the vibe, to be honest with you, the vibe's been great all year. We haven't really had many fluctuations in vibe at the club. I think clearly the results haven't been necessarily as great as we'd like them to be, but I can't complain about the energy or the vibe within the boys. Everyone's just focused on trying to improve. We're really trying to emphasise making the most out of each session and each opportunity to get better. So, yeah, I feel like it's nice to get some reward in the win column over the last couple of weeks, but as a group, we're really process driven. We're not too concerned about result. We just want to keep improving and worry and make sure that our process is done well.